Good evening. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the mercy of God, great virtue of holy teacher and masters, kindness of transmitters, lecturers, and all of you to give me this opportunity to share the topic from Holy Qigong Buddha. This scripture was conducted on May 30th in 2020. It's about 2.5 years ago. Then this is in one of our big temple in New Taipei City in Taiwan, northern of Taiwan. And this is the location called Taipei Chongde Temple. It's a pretty big temple in you can see the picture on the right hand bottom side, bottom right on this picture. So it's about 8th floor. You can see the building is pretty big building there, okay? And then they have class every Sunday. So many different type of classes. And then the holy teacher conduct these scriptures there. We had in the Tao temple, we have 2 ways for the God, saints, and Buddha to come down from the absolute heaven to talk to all of us. One is saints and Buddha can channel through the channel media to talk to all of us face to face. The other way is saints and Buddha can channel through the Zen writing to talk to all of us. So this is Zen writing from Holy Qigong Buddha. That's the picture on the left-hand side. Everybody can see the picture. Qigong Buddha is the person in Song Dynasty. It's more than 1,000 years ago. So we will have we call talent or we call staff member class in June 24th and 25th in New York. But the requirement to attend this talent staff member class, at least whoever want to attend this class need to attend 1 year in this XinMin class, the one we are doing right now. So at least we need attended 27 times. Attendance is about at least 27 times to join this class. So there's a limitation. The other thing is we need to receive down, attend the Dharma class and make vows and graduate. We also need to know how to take arrival and departure vows. So those are requirements to attend the talent staff member class in New York City on June 24th and 25th. Hopefully the Buddha and the Qigong living Buddha also can channel media to talk to all of us. So we're going to see face to face. We haven't done this almost 4 years already. Almost 4 years. Okay. We did it in 2019. So now it's 2023. So it's almost 3.5 years, more than almost 4 years ago. So we have a very, very fortunate and lucky group to be able to listen to the Qigong Buddha or other Buddha's merciful instructional scriptures. So everybody should see the picture of the Qigong living Buddha and the temple here. So let's continue the scriptures. Qigong Buddha talk about the pandemic disease makes people understand the message or order from the God. That's a big message from there. How many people really, even in the beginning in America, with more than 1 million people die already, including the whole world. It's more than 5-6 million people pass away. So this is very, very big pandemic disease. Okay. The more important key point here is that God tried to tell us, Holy Teacher also remind us, we need to make sure we adjust and harmonize our bodies, minds, and spirits in good condition. A lot of times, we always talk about we need to take care of our physical body. physical body. However, the other two things very important, our mind and spirits must be in good conditions. So a lot of time we forgot that. We only care too much about our physical life, physical bodies. Do not pay too much attention with our mind, what we think every day, and our spirits, our souls every day. So we need to also maintain the bright and positive righteous energy every day. Every day, only think about positive and bright and good righteous stuff. Okay, every day, every moment. That's why Qigong Buddha talking about here. Make sure we maintain that state. The signs of pandemic disease reflect one's mind. Okay, are we pure or we are not pure? Are we good or we bad in our mind? Very, very critical. Okay, so every day we need to maintain our body, mind, and spirits in good condition. Just remind ourselves all the times. Okay, ourselves all the time. So very critical, because a lot of time we talk about little things, but these important items, Holy Teacher keep reminding all of us, very critical items. Okay. Next one, Holy Teacher was talking about one must adjust according with each other of the body, mind, and spirits. We need to coordinating with all together. Okay, and we need to maintain. Okay, this is just repeat those very positive, very good, very pure, very bright energy. Okay, very, very critical to fight the pandemic. Could be fighting other disease. Okay, because right now, besides pandemic, there's other flus there. Okay, it just started spread the world. Okay, a lot of other countries have a flus, problem right now. Some people went to hospital. You can see so many people are in the hospitals right now. Okay, so we need to maintain those every day. Holy Teacher always want us to do the exercise of get rid of our all the affinities, to not raise the single thoughts. So make sure every day we do this exercise, at least 1 hour a day, and not easy, uneasy. Sometimes we do 1 minute, and we couldn't continue to do it. Okay, but we can sit down, stand, or lie down. We can do that. Take a few minutes each time. That's fine. Holy Teacher want us to do 1 hour a day, and also listen to the Holy Buddha Nature class 1 hour a day. Listen to the scriptures, the video, the audio or video 1 hour a day. So that's how the Saints of Buddha practice all the time to do that. Okay. Holy Teacher continue to talk to all of us. We need what? Understand, and be aware that Holy Teacher opened the bottle transmitter hand to open the first gate for us, first treasures. Okay, for all of us, we are very, very lucky. Okay, very fortunate group of people. Not everybody can receive 3 treasures. Can Holy Qigong open the gate for us. What happened with that opening the gate? That enlightened masters, that's Holy Qigong, to open the gate for us to avoid the reincarnation. For us to avoid the reincarnation. Okay, what is reincarnation? You can see 4 black here. The one on the right hand side, we call Earth or universe. Okay, here. All the human being, animals are here. Okay, in the right bottom corner. The left side is underworld, is a hell. Okay, the one on the top is called temporary heaven. Temporary heaven. And keep going up, they call absolute heaven, or we can call permanent heaven. Permanent heaven. This chart is very, very critical. in our Happy Buddha Temple in New York, even the kids, 5, 10 years old kids in the kids class, they are all able to draw this chart. They are all able to draw this chart. So everybody should practice to draw this chart. Let me explain a little bit more here. When any one of us, including animal, pass away, if the person or the animal did not receive Tao, first thing they will go to the underworld, go to hell, get a judgment. Depend on their karma, depend on their merits. Okay, do they get punished here to pay back? Okay, once they pay back, it takes so many years. Could be 100. Some people stay there. Some spirits stay for a few hundred years before they can come out. Okay, so people go there, when they die, they are not reborn immediately. No, usually take a while. Some people take a few hundred years. Some people take maybe so many years to come out from hell. Then they were reborn as a human being or animals. Okay, when people have another merits as a human being, they might be able to go to temporary heaven, become saints of Buddha there. But only a few of them, not too many. A few of them, okay, a few of them. Like first people donate all their money to save all the sentient beings. You can see today, a lot of people donate billions of dollars to help the sentient beings. They might be able to become the saints in temporary heaven. They will only stay there maybe 300, 500 years, normally, maximum. Okay, next one general was here for 1700 years. Okay, that's probably the longest time so far we can have. We are aware of that. So to go to temporary heaven, to become saint of Buddha there, it's not easy. Only a few. Most people will come back to reborn in the earth. But you can see that start line with receiving Tao ceremony, Tao blessing. People can go from earth to absolute heaven, to the permanent heaven. That's the only way we can go there. This chart we call reincarnation. Okay, so not everybody can go there unless we receive Tao blessing. There's no choice. That's how Saint Buddha have been teaching us, have been taught to all of us. Okay, so we are very fortunate and lucky. Okay, we don't see how fortunate, how lucky we are until the moment we have to leave this world, until the moment we have to go. Hey, all of us, every one of us, we have to leave this world one day, no matter we are rich or poor, no matter we have good position in society or not. Okay, doesn't matter who we are, we will have to leave this world one day. But however, we have been in this star line, this rectangular star line circle, here, we have been here for 60,000 years. All the teacher, all the Buddhas say we have been reincarnating for 60,000 years. I always say, no way, I don't even know. I don't believe what happened. 60,000 years, impossible, right? But that's what Saints and Buddha told us. We have been reincarnating here for 60,000 years. From God and Buddha and Saints' point of view, this called bitter seed. We are in the bitter seed because we are in reincarnation. Okay, so everybody should be aware of these tables, this chart, reincarnation, this in the bitter seed. So the only way we can get out from this, as a human being, we are very lucky. Only human being can receive Tao. Okay, can go back to receive Tao blessing, go back to permanent heaven. We call absolute heaven. That's the only way we can go back. Okay, so we are very fortunate group. We need to cherish the moment. We need to bring the people to receive Tao with all of us. Because if our family member, only we go back, our family members do not go back with our parents, children, or our loved ones do not go back with all of us. It's pretty sad. We are here in absolute heaven alone. They are not with us at all. So we want all the people who has affinity with all of us, with Tao, with Buddhas, can go back with all of us together. To cultivate, to receive Tao, to cultivate, propagate Tao with us. So to accumulate enough merits, credit, and virtues with all of us. So we have enough merit to go back. Holy Teacher mentioned them. When we receive Tao, do good things, Holy Teacher can promise us we will be in absolute heaven for 10,800 years. 10,800 years. Human being, we think 10,800 years are pretty long, right? Holy Teacher said, as long as there's a number, as long as there's a number, there's limited. Okay, as long as there's a number, it's limited. So one day, if we don't have enough merits or virtues, we will come down. We will come down again. We will come down again. So in order for us, we need to accumulate enough merits and virtues in order to stay there. But a lot of people, a lot of Buddhas or Bodhisattva, they make a big vow to come down again, try to save more sentient beings. Like our senior gene transmitter's sister, older sister in New York, she went down to China to reborn there. Okay, but when angel sends a Buddha want to reborn, they can choose which family they want to reborn. They can choose which location they want to reborn. They have options. So when the Holy Teacher brought the lecture sheet to Absolute Heaven, she came down to tell us a lot of angels, saints, they want to reborn. They will try to choose the family, have a temple, or can receive Tao there. So there are a lot of them online to wait on the list. They want to come down to reborn. So not everybody, however, if we don't have enough merits and virtues, we come down with enough, we don't have a choice to select where we want to go. So we may not be able to select a family. We may not be able to receive Tao again. We don't know. So we want to make sure, take this opportunity. Pandemic, COVID is much better situation right now, but we still have to pay a little attention right now. I know when we go out, most people don't wear a face mask anymore, but we still have people in New Jersey, in New York, New Jersey. Some people got a COVID last week, and in New York, people got a COVID a few weeks ago. So everywhere still have COVID there, everywhere, every country. But we just didn't pay too much attention right now. We don't think it's that serious, but we still have to be very, very careful, okay? So this just explain the reincarnation for everybody. Hopefully, all of us should be able to draw this chart, okay? In New York City, in the children class, we ask the kids to learn this chart. They go to the blackboard to draw this chart to show all of us, So hopefully when we talk about reincarnation, everybody knows what it means. And talk about bitter seed, we know what it means. When we talk about Tao receiving ceremony, from where to where? We go from earth to the permanent heaven. So everybody should know this chart from now on. Okay? This material will be sent by speaker to everybody, and then everybody can take a copy of this chart and then draw the chart ourselves. So when we explain to the people who want to receive Tao, we can explain to them why we want to receive Tao, because Tao can save our spirits. Okay, our soul can be saved. That's very, very critical and important. Okay, we can explain to them in chart, much easier. Let's come back to we are here said to avoid. So Holy Teacher, Father Transmitter's hand to open our gate, the gate of first treasures, so we can avoid the reincarnation. Now you know what's reincarnation. Get out from the cycle and go back to permanent heaven. So we are very lucky, okay? So one needs to learn and know the true natures in oneself. Why? Because we are all Buddha reborn. When we go to the temple to bow to the saints and Buddha, okay, we also bow to ourselves. We have a true self. Buddha true nature. We have a Buddha nature inside ourselves. Okay, so we bow ourselves too, because we are the Buddha. We have a true self, true nature in ourselves. So we need to know that. Okay, we are not just bow to all these saints and Buddha only. We also bow to ourselves. Okay, so everybody need to know we are also Buddha reborn. Don't forget it. Saints, Buddha, Holy Teacher keep reminding all of us every time when they saw us, when they see us, that don't forget, every one of us are saints and Buddha reborn. Okay, we have big mission there to do. You know, just come down to this world and then to take care of our families only. We need to help save all the sentient beings. And then Holy Teacher talk about it, harming and destroying lives of animals or anyone, anything, or about karmic counterattack. So if we kill the animal, we eat the meat, those animals want us to pay back one day. They want us to pay back one day because karma, because cause and effect, causalities, we will pay back one day. May not be this lifetime. Why people pay back this lifetime? You can see in this whole world, some people have very good life. Some people are struggling, very hard for them. Okay, financial difficulty. They might have other difficulty, health issues. Why? There are many reasons behind that. Okay, Holy Teacher always reminds us this happens for reasons. Okay, that happens for reasons. Okay, just the creditor we owed in previous life want us to pay back. So that's why we have to pay back this lifetime. But one thing about the Tao, we are very fortunate and lucky. Over those 60,000 years, no matter what we owe, no matter what we have done, we can pay back in this lifetime. We can pay back everything in this lifetime. And all the bad karma, whatever happens, and then we can return to permanent heaven, to absolute heaven, in this lifetime, in one lifetime. So we are very fortunate and lucky. We can pay back in one lifetime for everything we have done in the last 60,000 years. Very fortunate. Okay, only this opportunity now. We don't know when that is available next time. If we were born more than 100 years ago, we will not be able to receive Tao, because at that time, Tao only available to only a few patriarchs, only a few scholars, not to spread widely for all the public. No. So this only have last 100 years. And we don't know how long this Tao will be available for all the public. We don't know how many more years to go. We have no idea. So we have to cherish the moment, okay? And we have to learn and see, aware, observe such situation. We must have a wisdom. Sometimes we say, okay, you are very smart, you are very intelligent. From Buddha's point of view, we need to have wisdom. Wisdom is a high level of knowledge. Wisdom can help to your things. We are aware situation in this world, in this universe. We know what happened. Everything happened for a reason. Nothing happened for no reason. Okay? So teacher, so every time when we suffer some situation, don't feel bad. For example, let me make one example. There are two ways we can correct merits or credit. Two ways. One is we help the sentient being, human being and animals, or we help the temple or others. Then we can correct some merits. The other way, to pay back our karma, a lot of people got sick, lie down on the bed and suffering. At that moment, they also pay back their karma debts. They are paying at that moment. So it's two ways, but the best way is go out with the ability to go out to perform the duties to correct merits, rather than sometimes we have no choice, lie down on the bed to get sick to pay back our karmic debts. Okay. So the Holy Teacher keep remind all of us. And the other thing, Holy Teacher keep doing that, do the best to eliminate all the bad habits, okay? All the bad habits, and handle matters by applying detailed priorities, restore good custom in daily life. So in the temple, we have temple regulation. Every day, very, very critical. We have 5 precepts, 15 temple regulation rules, all the rules there. Let's help us to make sure we don't make a mistake, commit a mistake too. Because once we make a mistake on the temple regulations rules, what happens? We have to pay for it. Then we have to pay for it. We make a mistake, we have to pay for it. So everything, Holy Teacher here remind us, little thing, very detailed, little thing we have to pay for it. For example, we go to the temple, we have to know how to do the arriving curtain, right? Arriving bows. When we leave the temple, we need to do the departure bows, okay? First thing we go to the temple, we have to do that immediately, okay? And then even saints and Buddha, they come to the temple, they will do immediately without telling all of us. Then we have to go to the senior transmitter is there or other transmitters are there. We have to take a bow to them to ask them how they are doing. Then we can go to talk to other Dao member after that. So everything, there's temple regulation rule there. We have to follow through, be careful. And every time, male and female have to do separately. We cannot do together, okay? Everybody have to follow the temple rules, temple regulations. Holy Teacher talk about purify the original mind. What is original mind? That's our true heart, okay? Original true heart, very pure, okay? Turn the thoughts around, moderate the up and down, because our emotion, our temper, always up and down. That's very, very important to calm ourselves down every day, because you can see the society, no matter where we go, you can see the on the society today, especially in America, we have too much freedom there because everybody can own the guns, almost as long as you have a license. But the problem is, some people might have an illegal license there. I remember the first 92 days in the USA, we have more than 300 mass shooting going on, 300 plus mass shooting, almost 380 mass shooting there. Mass shooting means more than 2 people got hurt or died, okay? In 93 days, we have 380. Can you imagine 1 whole year, how many people got hurt? Unbelievable. So why? Because people couldn't calm down themselves. People lost themselves, couldn't keep a composure for themselves. So here, Holy Teacher keep remind all of us, as a Tao cultivator, we need to what? Balance our emotion. Balance our emotion, calm down our emotion, settle down our energy every day. That's why Holy Qigong do that. Want us to do the exercise to get rid of all the affinities, to not raise the single thought. That's why. Okay, all the Buddha are doing that exercise. Every Buddha. Okay, if we want to become a saint Buddha, we have to do that. Otherwise, we have to do that when we go back to have absolute heaven. We still have to do that. Doesn't matter. Okay. But when we cultivate, we still have a human body. When we cultivate, we can learn the stuff very quickly, very quickly. Because like we learn how to take a bath, it might take 15, 20 minutes to learn it. Some people might take, okay, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour to learn them. But by the time we go back to absolute heaven, that's called cultivation court. Okay, all those people who receive Tao, okay, but who never come to the temple to practice, they will go to cultivation court to practice the arrival or departure vows. Some people take 2 years. Some spirits take 7 years, 6 years, 7 years, just to know how to take a bath. Why? Why they need that? They took so much time. Because by the time the spirits went back to absolute heaven, at that time we only have the spirits go back to. Then, as long as it was a human body sense. With a human body sense, you can feel the pain, heat, cold at the moment, but it's the spirits. But when we take a bath, if our thought has a little thought, not pure, then when we take a bath, we'll keep spending. So we couldn't control the position at that time. So very important, we need to learn as much as we can when we still have physical bodies. Don't forget, we can learn. So by the time when we take 50 years to learn, we have a Tao member, and Mr. Chen, he said it took him 10 years to learn because he's doing the exercise to practice, get rid of the affinities to another way, a single soul. He's a pharmacist. He's doing that whole day, every day, because he has so much troubles. Okay, we'll talk about his troubles later. But normal people have to take 50 years. For the invisible spirits in the heaven and others, might take 2,000 years to learn that. So you can see 40 times more time to learn. So we need to learn as much as we can in this lifetime. Okay, when we learn as much as we can in this lifetime, by the time we go back to absolute heaven, make our life much easier. We don't have to go to cultivation court to practice how to take a bath there. Okay, so very, very important. Holy teacher, Saint Buddha, keep remind us all the time. We keep doing that. Okay, we need to purify. Holy teacher said we need to purify the mind. Let it practice step by step, every day, just step by step. But there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut except to receive down to be able to go back to permanent heaven. That's a shortcut. For cultivation, propagation, there's no shortcut. We need to purify our mind every moment, every day. Let it make improvement step by step. Okay? We need to elevate, save, awaken, and remove destructing thoughts. Okay, that's why practice the exercise. We need to have no thought. Sometimes we say, oh, we need to have a positive, good, pure thought. That's normal. We need to have that. But the best thing is no thought, no thoughts. Okay, that's what Buddha maintained. When you see Buddha sit on the platform, lotus platform, there's no thought on their mind. That's how they practice. Okay, no thoughts. That's what we need to practice. Okay. So Holy Teacher wants us to save awakening. Save awakening. That's not easy, but we need to learn how to do it, to remove all the destructing thoughts. And Holy Teacher continued to say, have a mind to treat all living beings equally. Living being means human beings and animals. Living beings means human beings and animals. Why animals become animals today? Because they commit a lot of karma, commit a lot of crimes in their previous lives. So they are paying back this lifetime. Okay, by the time they pay everything back, they might pay back many lives. Okay, if you look at ants, a small tiny ants, human being, we have one soul for each person. Okay, animals too. But look at ants, thousands of ants. There's only one soul for all the ants. Could be 10,000 plus ants combined together. Only one soul, one spirit, one soul. Okay, so it's very hard for everyone to die. Then they can reborn again. It takes how many lives? If this lifetime, furthermore, we owe some people $10,000. I'm making one example, $10,000, because then some people become chicken, or become pig, become other animals. They have to pay back. If one chicken costs, let's give example, maybe $10, $15. Then we owe $10,000. How many lifetimes do they have to pay back as animals? So you can imagine that, okay? Yeah, so we have to learn that. We have to know that, okay? But Holy Teacher remind us all over here, we need to treat all human beings and animals equally, because all of them, human beings and animals are saints and Buddha previously in the absolute heaven. But because they made a mistake, they commit a crime, they pay back in this lifetime. So we need to treat them equally as the Buddha did. Buddha do the same thing as we do. They treat all human beings and animals equally, no different. Human beings, we are not. We are not always doing that. You can see the society today. It's kind of a lot of people's. You want to be like Saint Buddha, we need to treat all sentient beings equally. Okay, keep remind ourselves all the time, no different, no different from one to the other. We need to treat everyone equally. Okay. And then Holy Teacher talk about because during the pandemic period, those who are shocked, terrified, fearful, and worried as tragedies, calamities strike them, don't know what to do. Just make one simple example. Don't even have to worry about talk about pandemic. Let's look at the earthquake. You see the Turkey, Syria had an earthquake there. How many people died? More than 50,000 people died. And people so scared, okay? People try to escape from there. Then at that moment, people are what? Shocked. So it's fearful, okay? They worried, their families. So tragedies, calamities are happening everywhere in the whole world, every corner in the world. Unfortunately, you look at the war between Ukraine and Russia today. How many people died? How many people got hurt? How many animals got hurt too? So we are all keep committing karmas, deaths every day. For those, that's why Holy Teacher remind us in one of the staff member class. Holy Teacher wish all the world leaders, all the leaders of the certain countries have compassion, have a kind heart. Don't create the war for the human beings and animals, because a lot of people will suffer after that. So how many people die already in those certain countries? Pretty sad, okay? And Holy Teacher said, a composed and stable mind must be searched from within, because our true nature is inside of ourselves. Our true nature is inside. So we need to what? We need to find out inside of ourselves. Our true nature, we do have a true nature outside and inside too. Okay, true nature is everywhere. We have true nature inside our body, also outside of our body. Also, we have true nature in heaven, true nature in hell, everywhere. Okay, but and Holy Teacher opened our first treasury, opened the gate for us. One day when we leave this world, our spirits have to come out from the first gate, opening of the first gate. Cannot come out from the side door, cannot come out from the ears, eyes, mouth, or other areas. We have to know that, okay? We are very lucky to have that. What the teacher keep talking about, we have to have proper knowledge and wisdom, okay? And views. Teacher talk very important. We need to have proper knowledge, wisdoms, and views, okay? Especially wisdom also very important. Knowledge, Tao principles, we have to learn as much as we can every day, every time. Okay, like what we are doing here, every Friday night, okay? We are very lucky. When we come to this kind of a XinMin class, the first year of staff member class, our ancestor, our creditor, who we owe karma debts in previous lives, they can come too, because that's the time we pay them back. Because all those creditors will negotiate with our holy teacher. They want holy teacher to bring them to this class, the night class we are doing now. If we come, they can come. If we don't come, they cannot come. Okay, very, very important. If we attend those classes, our creditor who we owe the karmic debt in previous lives, they can come too. Sometimes they negotiate with holy teacher. They can come for 3 months. They can come for 6 months. They can come for 1 year. It depends how the holy teacher negotiated for all of us. So we don't see that. We don't see that. But if we don't come, they cannot come. So if you come here, we also learn the Tao principles. Okay. We also receive the light of Buddha lights. And also our ancestor, our creditor, all can come to this class. We are very, very special class. Don't think about this. Those kind of class are just normal class. No, this is very special class. It's different from regular class. Okay. And we also need to understand the correct Tao principles in order to work toward the bright path. So as long as we understand the Tao principle, all the rules, all the Tao principles, okay, then we know what to do next, how to cultivate, how to propagate Tao. We know what we have to do. We know what we are doing. Holy teacher wants us transcend from original spirits. Original spirits is our true nature. Okay, we need to establish the 3 eternal excellence. What are the 3 eternal excellence? All the saints of Buddha, they are doing those 3 eternal excellence. What are them? The first one is to set up the moral example of virtues. Okay, that's what all the saints of Buddha, they are doing that. Be a virtuous person. Second thing is perform the great deeds to gain the merits or credit. To gain the merits or credit. Third thing is spread the noble truths or Dharma. Okay, to tell people what Tao is all about. When we go out to bring people to receive Tao, to explain to them what Tao is all about, then we are doing this merits on the third item. So we have to perform all those stuff. Okay, that's what all the saints Buddha, they are also doing those stuff. We also need to restrain the temperament. What are temper? Because a lot of time we have a bad temper, bad habit. We lost the composure. We lost ourselves. So we need to have a great level of the temperament on our emotions or our tempers. We need to control ourselves, manage ourselves. If we get upset, if we get angry, what happened? We will lose a lot of merits. And then when we get upset, we get angry, will not help us to resolve the problem. Will not help us to get rid of the problem. No, the problem is still there. Will not help. Okay? So we need to learn that. Calm down every day. I didn't remember when I was, I'm in Texas right now, but I was in New Jersey, New York for 35 years. So I'm New Jersey, we live in New Jersey. So every time we have to go from New Jersey to New York every Sunday. So a lot of time there's so much traffic every day. Especially in the morning, early morning is much better. But at the nighttime, it might take you 2 hours, 3 hours to come from New Jersey to New York, from New York to New Jersey. So you know what happened? When we drive on 495 highway, everybody want to go home. So much traffic there. So people cut each other. One car cut the other one, try to get ahead of other people, other cars. Then we start to learn that. Holy teachers quite nice. Every day, when people cut us off, try to get in front of us, let them go first. They might have some emergency things happen to their family, happen to them. So they need to go home as soon as possible. We wish them safe, wish them well to get home as soon as possible. So we open our minds, say, okay, they should go home first. We let them go first. And we wish all the people around us are safely to arrive home. So people, teachers, Buddha try to teach us that. When we think about that, then we are not trying to fight with them, because a lot of times you see there's a highway fighting rages happening all the time. Some people even shoot each other on the highway. Why? Because they lost themselves. They try to get home early or go to the place as soon as they can. So Buddha tried to teach us, calm down, okay? Hey, so this is one thing very interesting, because a lot of time sometimes we go to temple or we go to other temple, anywhere. We pray for our family only. Hopefully my family, all of us can do well this New Year's. But Buddha teach us, when we pray, we wish all the sentient beings, human beings and animals in the whole world are peaceful, are safe, without any issues on their lives. So that's why Buddha have been trying to teach all of us, have a Buddha heart, Buddha mind, to save all the sentient beings, okay? That's what we are learning every day. Next one, Holy Teacher talk about we need to develop original true nature. And then the other things, we need to have faith. We need to have confidence, because confidence is the faith is the source of Tao, is the basis of merits and virtues. Very, very critical on this faith. If we don't have faith on Tao, we couldn't cultivate. There's three types of people who will not be able to receive Tao. There's no faith, the person will not receive Tao. If the person doesn't make a vow in the heaven, in this earth, they will not be able to receive Tao. If the person does not have affinities with Tao, with Buddha and God, the person will not be able to receive Tao. So three things: faith, affinities, vow. You need three all items in order to receive Tao. Okay? Yeah. So we are very fortunate there, huh? But we need to let our original true nature in charge every day. Don't let our 6 organs in charge. What are the 6 organs? Our eyes, nose, mouth, ears, hands, tongues. Okay, tongues called mouth. Okay, so we need to, and our body, physical body, and all our minds, human mind, human heart in charge. We need to have Buddha mind, true nature in charge. Okay, every day. So if we have a true nature in charge, we will not make mistakes in our daily life. We will not commit karmic debts at all. Okay? So we need to have a faith with Holy Teacher, with God, with Tao. Okay? Next one, every family member, every family becomes a Dharma board and a Lotus platform. So Holy Teacher wish all of us, every family can become Dharma board, can have a family temple at home, have a family temple at home, and have a Lotus platform. So whoever the temple have a family temple at home, they have a Lotus platform there. Okay, so that's why. But we need to make sure we can be a vegetarian, make a vegetarian vow. We also need to make a vow for the temple hosts to maintain. We need, once we open the family temple, we need to do it until last moment of our life. We cannot do it many years and we want to close our family temple. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. Okay, we have to open until the last moment of our lives. Last moments of our lives. Okay, people have to understand that. And this title of this scripture calls Withstanding Pandemic Disease. Okay, that's what Holy Teacher talk about. I am Nanping Daoji, Qigong Buddha. Qigong Living Buddha has so many names. He has so many names there, okay? By the authority of God. So all the saints and Buddha, they want to come down from absolute heaven to this world, to anywhere. They need to have authority from the God, by the order of God. There's a regulation in temple, in the absolute heaven there too. Not just in our temple only, in the absolute heaven. They have a rule there. Okay? So they need to follow the order of God. So when holy teacher arrive in the temple, what happened? Unseen. First thing they do, we won't be able to see it. That's why holy teacher say unseen. Holy teacher already pay obeisance to God. They took a bow already. Okay, everyone. When people have a family temple, when we have 3 lamps are on, no matter which saint, which Buddha, from the temple heaven or absolute heaven, when pass through this temple, they have to take a bow. Doesn't matter which Buddha or saint, they have to take a bow. Even if we have a small temple at home, doesn't matter. So 3 lamps are on, they have to take a bow. Okay, that's in very. So from God point of view, from Buddha point of view, they don't see, okay, this is a big temple, this is a small temple, that's different. No, temple is a temple. Doesn't matter the space is big or size, or a lot of people on only one temple host. There's no difference at all. To my loving disciples, are you joyful? Yeah, holy teacher is like our father, our teacher. He's loving disciple. We are all his disciples, loving disciples. He's asking all of us, are we joyful? Okay. Then holy teacher said, calm the mind, settle the energy, free and easiness. Okay. So calm our mind every day, calm down. Okay. Calm our mind, settle our energy. Sometimes our emotion coming out. We almost lost our temper or emotion. We need to calm down. That's one thing we have to learn as a cultivator. Okay. Always calm down, no matter what will happen to all of us. Okay. We need to settle down the energy. Okay. Free and easiness means no distracting thoughts. Very not easy, because human mind, human head, we worry too much. We worry too much. We worry about what happened tomorrow, what we have to do later on, what we have to do next week, what we have to do next month. We worry a lot of things. We worry about our families, okay? We worry about ourselves. We worry so many other things. But one thing different from human beings, from all of us, to all the saints and Buddha and all the ancestors, no, not ancestors, all the predecessors, grand predecessors. What do they worry? They worry about all the sentient beings. They don't worry about themselves. All the saints and Buddha, grand predecessor, they worry about all sentient beings, human beings and animals. They didn't worry about themselves. You know why? That's a difference. Okay, they dedicate their whole life to all the human beings and animals. They don't worry about themselves. If we can do that in our lifetime, Holy濟公Buddha always say one thing. In the first half of our lives, we spend so much time for our own family, our own life, for the job, family, financial situation. We do all this stuff for our lives. But the second half of our life, we should dedicate more to the human beings and animals, for others, not just worry about ourselves only. Holy teacher remind all of us, do more for others. Do more for others when we have time, even just a little time, dedicate the time and efforts, or even donate at least few bucks, money to save all the sentient beings, to help. Okay? We need to correct enough merits for ourselves. Okay? Holy teacher also says, stay quietly, that Holy teacher, composes the scriptures. So do the same writing, holy teacher is doing that. Ha. So, and this holy teacher is doing that. My disciples, is everything okay? Yeah, holy teacher is asking all of us. Yeah, because in this scripture, when they have this big temple, there are so many class member graduate from one same class. That's few hundreds of them. Okay, not just like us. Okay, they are big clubs. The Chongde Temple. This probably we had we call Huayi in our group. Okay, we have 15 units under Huayi. 15 units. Our Huayi Tongyi just one of them. Chongde probably the biggest one. Their town member is only a few million people. Their town members, there are a few million people in their temple, around the whole world, okay, everywhere, okay, a few million people, town members, okay, and they are much bigger than our temple. But to cultivate, don't worry about big. Temple is big or a lot of people. Don't worry about it. There's no difference, okay? As long as we are willing to cultivate, propagate Tao, there's no difference. You are all healthy babies. When we talk about healthy, we talk about healthy in body, but teacher talk about healthy in mind and spirit too. Okay? We need to be healthy in body, mind, and spirits. Okay? So we all have to be healthy. Okay, right? Holy teacher said we need to commit to determination and complete sincerity to get rid of 3 poisons. What are the 3 poisons? Greed, anger, stubbornness, or called ignorance. Okay? Greed, we don't want to be greedy. Holy teacher make one small example about greedy. Because for example, I'm just make one example. During the Dharma class, we have a very good cook. We used to have very good cook prepare beautiful, delicious dishes. And we are already full. However, the dishes are so delicious. I want to take one more bite, get a little more. Holy teacher said, that's greedy. That's greedy. Okay, so we need to manage, control ourselves. Okay, every day we control ourselves. Anger, we all know anger is the biggest problem we have. Bad temper we have. We need to control the emotion, control our anger. Don't let, because when we get angry, what happened? We lost a lot of merits. We could accumulate merits for 10, 20 years. Suddenly we get upset, get angry. We lost half of them at least. Okay, don't get angry easily. Yeah, so we need to manage it. Don't get upset, don't get angry. And when we facing some things, issues, and peoples and others, we come down to deal with them. Okay, stubbornness. Yeah, sometimes, or ignorance. We don't want to be stubborn. Sometimes we don't see ourselves. We don't see ourselves. We think we are very, very, always very clear and to know what we are doing. But a lot of time we are stubborn. We just don't know. But we need to have 3 good friends willing to tell us when we are very stubborn. They will remind all of us, say, let it go, let it go. Don't be too stubborn. Okay? So Holy Teacher, do my disciple truly understand? Holy Teacher said, we understand. Get rid of all these 3 poisons: greed, anger, stubbornness, or ignorance. That everybody, as long as today we learn, a lot of time we may not learn a lot of stuff. We may not remember all of the stuff. But today we should remember 3 poisons: greed, anger, stubbornness, or called ignorance. We need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of all the bad temper, bad habit, and attachment. So we're going to stop here. Then thank you, everybody. If I say something improperly, I ask for forgiveness from the God, Buddhas, saints, and all of you, transmitters, lecturers, and all of you to give me some advices. Thank you.